All right, guys, welcome back. So TSLA today finished the day on Friday, 5%, 5.3% or so, 390. Aftermarket close, 395. So pretty spot on with the how we were navigating this name so far. So is it going to 420.69 or maybe even higher? So let's take a look at the stock levels I was watching. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. I have been covering this name for quite some time, but very recently we were pretty spot on with the price action. And again, these videos are not for financial advice. These are purely for entertainment purposes only. So it did shake off that Delaware judge declining Elon Musk's package, all that. This was not a big of a reaction. Okay, it was like 1%, and we were talking about that. If it shakes off, 360 is your level. As soon as it got back above 360 on Thursday, you can see how it moved even with the volume. As soon as it cracked at 360, anybody who was trying to short it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we can take a look at short data too, they got squeezed. And also, even yesterday, a lot of people, I think, tried to short it. But I was watching this 372, 375 as a resistance area, and we have talked about this one many times too. Let's pull up the volume profile. This is where it came actually. So if I go a little bit further, above $400 levels, there's not much of a resistance. So 400, I mean, we have traded at 414. That's the highest print, but the highest closing price for Tesla was $405. Market capitalization of Tesla as of right now, right here at this closing price, $1.25 trillion. So let's take a look at this one. So these areas were the most difficult to get back above. Little bit of a resistance right here to, I mean, all the way to here. So if we do gap above $400 and somehow manage to stay above 400, it can go. I mean, nobody knows how high it can go. It can go even 450. It can get back into the squeeze mode. But we know what Tesla can do. But it can also do one of these where it just has these impulsive moves. Don't forget, this is a large cap stock. And then it will do these moves where it will just pull back and chop around and kill premium. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what it is going to do going into the OPEX. So yes, it can crack the 400. It is all already there. So by the Monday open, it might open back above that level. And then we have pretty big option expiration, which is coming up on, let's take a look at that data actually. So let's jump into TSLA options. Let's take a look at all data, total volume. You can see even this week alone had a lot more volume than the December option expiration. That is pretty crazy. So you can clearly see there is 300,000 now. Of course, maybe at some point they were outside of the money. Now they're in the money. 300,000 calls in the money. 145,000 outside of the money. Only 7,000 in the money, outside of the money, 526,000 contracts being traded. But if we go to January, this is where a lot of shenanigans happening because a lot of people were betting if they wanted to be a little bit safe all the way up until, so the speculation in the market is all the way up until inauguration of the president. We will have volatile Tesla, volatile crypto, and you can see the volume is crazy up there. And I was even seeing $600 strikes. People were throwing money yesterday. But we can just take a look at today's price action. Of course, it was squeezed. But before, let me just quickly show this one. Let's take a look at the short volume, just to have an idea. Last 3 days, were people shorting it crazy or no? Why these? Yep, absolutely. So Monday, 3rd, 4th, 5th. On 5th, because you can see, again, this data that I'm presenting right here is not 100% accurate because it doesn't report 100% of the total volume for the day. Okay, so some exchanges they don't share it for free. That's why this is a free platform. But just by analyzing December 3rd and December 4th, where volume from the reported 58%, 59% were short volume, and December 5th, all of a sudden, that dropped to 46%, which means there was less appetite when this stock broke out of this 360 that we were watching as a resistance. As soon as it broke out, because traders, I mean, you have to be an idiot to be standing in front of a moving train that is going 100 miles at you and try to short it or try to stop it, right? That's what happened. And most people, they just closed out. They got squeezed. That's why you saw this impulsive move. And that's why you saw this particular day on Thursday, less appetite to short this name. And then right here, anytime you see a stock, again, this is ultra short term, break pre-market highs to the upside or to the downside, you see this sort of a volume increase and squeeze. And of course, it was Friday. That's why you saw this crazy move, because again, whoever was left over from the shorts, and there are many shorts, okay? I mean, they hedge with options, but still, that volume of the short, I mean, if you take a look at it, total volume of the Tesla's float, I mean, it's not significant. It's 3% or something like that, but it's enough to push the stock higher because there is more buying demand than selling demand. So simple supply demand. So it did squeeze and it can squeeze more. So, but my point is, there's no reason now if it goes back above 400, try to buy the opening price of I mean, especially with the options, because implied volatility is slightly higher now. By the end of the year, it's implying that it can move up or down $44. So, but again, these videos are not educate for purely for education purpose only. I'm not saying what you should buy or what you should not buy. Again, we are all traders. We all know what to do. We know our own risk appetite. But in my perspective, my own way of looking at this, come Monday, if it gaps up, gets back up above 400, I'm not buying that gap. But anybody who was buying right here, I mean, it's a perfect opportunity for those people to lock in the profits, take some profits off the table. But I would look for some sort of a choppiness, and then I would be happily trading this name after 20th December option expiration, because it's going to get everyone excited right here, squeeze up to maybe even test that 420 next week alone. And then from there, just pull back all the way till 20th, or just chop around till that big option expiration. And then after option expiration, we have very slow Christmas, end of a year melt up. And also we're going to have a rate cut. So probability of rate cut is going up and up right now. So probably it's going to be 100%, right? Let's take a look at FedWatch tool pretty quick. So 85% of probability of 25 basis point cuts. Again, in December 18th Fed meeting. So that's the video for TSLA. That's what I'm watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like if you liked it, and see you in the next one. Peace.